Okay, whoops. Sliding, there we go. And go in here. Come on. Let's see. Play it. Yep. Enter Madison. I've been living there for years. Okay. I guess when you start oh, there we go. Yeah, they actually played a little bit to get a feel for whether I'm interested in it or not. So, start a new game though. Sure. You. Is text readable for you? I'm not going to read this out loud anyway, but can you read the on-screen text? Oh, okay. No, this part isn't necessarily just going to feel. Do I need to? There's a fair amount of text in this game. Oh, okay. I'm not going to worry about this part. So, worry about reading the loading screens. I am mad at his mercy. May the gods pity the man who in his callousness can remain sane to the hideous end. Yay. Oh, forgot the optimist. Good. Wash your hands. Trails and definite entrails. Ugh. Oh, sausage is made. All right. Shark, anyone? Crouch for her. Ah, I go through here. Light up some items in order to interact with them. Alright. Looks like a light. My turn. That did, alright.
In my wake, pulled along. Fate inescapably draws you on.
blah blah.
What a putrid offering.
Hey, I didn't do it.
Don't fight. You have been chosen.
He's telling me to run. Right?
Behold. Everything has already been written. But perhaps you will attempt to change your destiny.
I think we're going to press him. There's you though. Horrible nightmare. Let's see.
I hate whiskey.
Well, you shouldn't have it in your office, son. Diary. Oh. Pierce Investigations Agency, my private detective agency, contracted to the Wentworth Detective Agency. After the Great War, I decided to set up in Boston where there's no lack of work for guys like me. One small-time case follows the other: adultery, settled scores, disappearances that are not actually disappearances. The old office couch is less comfortable than a real bed, and I should probably get rid of these empty bottles. But this place is mine, for the moment.
Married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it. Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
Right?
I should get rid of all this stuff.
Probably. Oh. Got a minute.
I'm listening.
Are you Edward Pierce, private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Lucy Sherrifield, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth. I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
Let's see. Saying we don't really know what you're doing, right? Available. Psychology would detect objects, but alright, well, I'm a detective, so I think I'm going to split it evenly between investigation and hidden. 8. Really want to validate this character? I don't know, but yeah.
Thank you for this information, Mr. Pierce. Our files will soon be up to date. And On a related matter, may I raise a sensitive question?
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do, there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, are you still...
Bye-bye.
I'm coming.
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem, and I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
Here we are.
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Obviously.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sarah, my little girl, she is dead. Even you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
But if you have no proof...
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
Delusional, batshit crazy.
What am I supposed to find?
Tell me if this is the work of madness. Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture. That's all you've got? The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
Examine the painting and examine the Hawkins file. Sure. That.
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family. Rather thin.
Shipping label. Some of it is unreadable, but I can make out part of the address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater. Police report says that the fire started in the dining room and claimed the whole family. Police decide on a domestic accident, but they, nevertheless, insist on Sarah Hawkins' mental frailty. Why? Breast cutting. An article written about the marriage of Sarah and Charles Hawkins, businessman from the island of Darkwater. They live a recluse life there with their only son, Simon. Okay. Good. Right. Oh, you don't.
What's this symbol on the man's chest? It's as if Sarah Hawkins breathed a message into it.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
Hey, Larry. Bye. We'll do the conversation first. Got that part already.
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
You must tell me if what the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sarah had visions. Everyone knew that. She never would have hurt a fly. She only thought she saw things.
Saw things? What do you mean by that?
I never knew what she meant by that. My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life and death.
Darkwater.
Ah.
Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her husband.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
Alright.
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out.
Yeah.
Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
Okay. Thing. Oh.
The meaning could be exactly as it appears. I think your daughter is sending you a message.
That's what I believe, too. It was 3 months ago that I received the call from the police telling me of my daughter's death. And yet a short while after, this painting was delivered to my home. The painting is linked to this case, can't you see? You must find the meaning behind all this.
Oh.
Her husband was a big deal on the island. But the police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
Okay, that's all I need, but that's all I'm gonna get.
I think I'm beginning to understand.
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Quiet down. I'm on your side. Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death.
Correct. And the rumors about her supposed folly.
Which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You'll be handsomely compensated.
All right. I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Hey, what's that mean?
Something's queer. But it's not like I have a choice. Darkwater. I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic. I'll no doubt find some information on this island in there.
Oh, photos. Ah. Alright.
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology. Darkwater is off the coast of Boston. But I've never heard of it. According to this book, it was often mentioned during whale hunting times at the end of the 19th century. But it seems to have been shunned since then.
Darkwater Island has been inhabited since the 14th century and is still rich with the many memories left by its lost tribes. Don't let the romanticism of these moving evidences of such naive and primitive beliefs fool you into forgetting how violent their gods were. A gigantic creature still ornates the walls of long-abandoned caves. Was it a sea or a dream god? No one knows. But today's inhabitants, the sons and daughters of the proud whale hunters, still remember the mysterious and tumultuous story of their small land off the coast of Massachusetts.
All I have to do is go to the port. I just hope that I can find a boat able to take me to Darkwater. I wonder why I still take these things.
Sleep. I took them with me. Oh. That's safe. Oh. Drawer.
A good old story of blackmail in a speakeasy.
Our owner who hired me didn't like the way I closed the case, but when you're already outside the law, there's not a lot one can do against a private detective who's got proof against you. Come on. Take that with me? Nope. Work aimed at interns and young practitioners. The first volume lists all illnesses known in the civilized world. It details the symptoms and suitable treatment. Okay. With me. Oh. Okay. Around. Marching force, stop it.
The Lost Battalion. Holding your position and obeying orders. That isn't courage.
Kind of is. See? Things, got everything? Alright, guess we can move on.
I used to be an avid reader. The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases.
Oh. Bing. See. Ah, credits.
We're almost there. Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload.
Right.
Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
What a hellhole.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
So, what wind brought you?
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
And his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
A nice young woman, and a great painter. What a tragedy. You know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
Okay. That's Roy. Huh. Ooh, shit. All of them. Bradley, alright. Want to talk to?
Let the police do their work.
Huh, I do want to talk to him. Yeah.
Hey, Sullivan. Can't you go any faster?
You've seen how old this thing is. If we force it too much, we'll break everything.
You can't do that.
But it's only a fish.
A fish? You've got no idea. Don't badmouth what you don't know, or you'll pay for it for sure.
Okay, that's enough. Step back and let us do our job.
That's no way to treat an omen.
The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
Ah. And so who are you?
I didn't introduce myself. Edward Pierce, private detective.
In any case, it's not very important. I can't answer that.
You can't? Or you don't want to?
Oh, no. I'm not getting into those games, me. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You can't understand. Don't put that beast back in the water, you
You can see that I'm busy, can't you?
Yeah, I'm gonna
You
keep that.
can't
Whoa,
understand.
that's
You're not
all I get.
sailors. Oh, yeah? It's a sign. There's something coming. Something real bad. Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy. They're cops. They can't understand. Damn stupid idiots.
All right.
Get it. Nobody listens.
Who- Huh?
Hey, be careful. Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
Let's make peace.
Pure instinct. I behaved like a Hun, and I sincerely apologize.
Veteran, huh?
307th Infantry Regiment.
Well, that'll be okay for now. But the war is over. Try not to forget it.
I'm here for information, not for a fight.
I prefer it that way. Speak then. I reserve the right to answer or not.
Huh?
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
Her vision. Was it so terrible?
Way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
Huh?
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured?
Yeah, well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable.
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
Getting on
I've
that
got
subject.
what I need.
Anything else?
The stranded whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of Darkwater, when our whalers left for long months and came back sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
I didn't expect to find alcohol on this island. What's the source of this miracle?
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
She'd know it anyway. Anything else?
Open up at all if I...
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
You want a drink?
I wouldn't say no to a glass.
Try this.
I think we'll get along well.
That looks kind of weird. Okay. Okay.
Do you know where this place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams?
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
And you in there? Oop. Alright.
That'll be all for now.
Alrighty. Nothing. That's Roy. Alright. Other. There's nothing, alright. Other people. Ah, there's something.
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader. That's it. Maybe we should let him take it. No. No, the risks are too high. It's a book, after all. Pure knowledge.
All he's got to say. Alright.
And then he said, "You have no right to treat us like this."
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
Oh,
You said it.
buddy.
She will do it again.
Nightmares.
The girl doctor.
Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various
Okay,
locations.
I already said that.
Gifted.
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens.
That's
We may
whaling.
not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all disappeared.
You exhausted the stocks.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
I would say then.
Until the last, the biggest.
The one of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
It's a local legend?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report.
What report?
The one that's framed right behind you. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
I bid you farewell, gentlemen.
Good night, stranger.
So long.
I had the wings of the girly boys. I was pleasant men fly home.
The girl, Doctor. Colden. She won't stop asking.
What?
Not that again. She will get us into trouble.
I know, I know.
Don't keep talking.
And the winds do blow, and there's little comfort here. I'd sooner be snug in a dead fall tub, drinking of strong.
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
The 21st May 1847. Skylar returns to port to save Darkwater from famine. He'd given up hope. Crew of the Skylar, or what remains of it, returned to Darkwater port late on Tuesday afternoon. Locals immediately rushed to the docks to welcome the last whaling ship on the island. People were amazed at the sight of the unbelievable catch the Ray vessel had on board. A size that went beyond that of the formidable toothed whales, the cetacean that is already being called the miraculous catch covered the whole deck, and parts of it were hanging over the side of the ship. The survivors, being sailors, told a frightening account of their perilous catch, but also of its meat, unmatched in its quality, and plentiful nutritious benefits. There is no doubt that the immense size of the whale will allow numerous inhabitants of Darkwater to feed themselves, bringing an end to the famine, which part of the island was suffering. Okay.
And then he said,
What's this? Hold on. Ah. Vanity. What's that about? Oh, okay. Treasure currents. Yes.
"You have no right to treat us like this."
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My
I'll be crawling my way out of here. And talk to them. Ken?
What you looking at, stranger?
I'm just passing by. Sorry.
Let me drink, stranger.
Good at that.
I told you to beat it. I told you to beat it.
Yeah, okay. Go beat it. Eh. Doesn't go anywhere, does it? Here.
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
Right. Go through your stuff first, though. That's okay, right?
I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman, Cat.
Terms of our agreement are clear. Captain, the terms of our agreement are clear. Your men under control. You cannot afford to provoke us. No need to answer this message. Just make your payment to the courier. Cat. One in the bar. Maybe.
Broken. This place seems half abandoned. These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins, but that's all I'll get from them.
Only a few dates are still legible. 1890, 1907, and a partial date. The rest of the document is blacked out. We would want this information hidden. Okay. something. Actually, I gotta take a quick break, but I'll be right back. One minute. Okay. Okay, back to it. Oh. Alright, oh, he left quick. Alright. See him back on the ship. Okay. Gotta run down.
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights at the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
Okay.
Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
Well, no, they weren't there.
I'm surprised Charles Hawkins had goods to store, knowing that whaling stopped in 1847.
I see that you're interested in the history of our island. Indeed, maritime activities ceased altogether at the end of the last century. I imagine that the Hawkins family had other types of contracts.
But you don't know with whom?
No, it was none of my business.
I found a threatening letter, signed by a certain cat.
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I'd prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
Oops. Guess I shouldn't have
Are
mentioned
you
that.
being blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay protection money.
With any success?
I wouldn't say that, but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
Right?
The miraculous catch. Is it a local legend?
Not at all. It's an episode from our glorious past. Go read the story of the sailor's return to Darkwater Harbor. It's displayed on a wall of the stranded whale.
We saw that. Okay.
I'm looking for Warehouse 36. Do you know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Oh, okay.
Understood.
There it is.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
Not a clue.
It belonged to the Hawkins family.
Precisely. Ship owners from father to son.
I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse.
Is that right? Yep, that's all I'm getting out of him.
I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
Okay. Okay, who's that? Oh, Troy. I see I'm not going to be allowed just to walk in. Try that first.
Put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy. They're cops. They can't understand.
Oh, look at it
Damn
now.
stupid idiots.
That's a
Get it.
okay,
Nobody
whatever.
listens to us anyway. That's no way to...
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Only a specialist would know what killed it.
I'm not a specialist.
Put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy. They're cops. They can't understand. Damn stupid idiots.
This here. I can talk to him.
You live here?
Why did you do that, huh?
We saw what you did to St. Brendan.
Huh?
Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
What did I do to St. Brendan? Probably give me a beating.
I've never
but...
heard of this saint. Is it a local belief?
But everyone knows St. Brendan, the navigator.
Everyone.
He's the patron saint of whales and whalers.
What happened to the statue?
Go see for yourself. He's at the end of the jetty.
There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue.
Quieter. That's all we need for them to hear us.
What brings you to dark water?
The two guys behind you. What are they guarding?
The bootleggers. Scum.
They're protecting their territory. From whom, I wonder?
They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken sailors.
What
If
should you do with
only
them?
they would kill each other.
Is it Cat who's shaking?
Whoop. Sorry. Hey, I just did it. Not sure. And did it.
Down, Captain Fitzroy.
Hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you a thing.
Nope.
Nothing at all.
Isn't it a bit early for alcohol?
We got nothing better to do anyway. There's not much work around here.
Fitzroy gives us a few chores every now and again, but since the whaling station shut down, ain't a lot of jobs left around here.
So we drink.
How?
Peculiar house.
Yeah, that's where we live. Our boat.
It's not because it doesn't float anymore that we're going to abandon it.
That statue represents your local saint.
What do you mean by local, exactly?
You wouldn't be looking down at us, like all townspeople do.
St. Brendan. He protected whalers and fishermen like us. Until those assholes defaced him.
Okay. That's it.
I've taken enough of your time.
We'll see you later.
You could tell me. No, if it gets out, I'll have serious problems with you-know-who.
How could you be dumb enough to leave the entrance to the warehouses unguarded?
Keep your voice down. Why not go and shout at the cat while you're at it? I don't want to end up with her little knife under my throat.
It's a stiletto, you idiot. And with that smell on your breath, I don't give you much chance anyway.
Okay. Hello.
Where do you think you're going?
Who are these others so interested in the warehouse?
And why would I tell you?
Not sure if that's much of a motive to tell me,
I'd
but
like to know more about the Hawkins case.
I don't think so.
That's about what I figured.
I thought that the Hawkins case had been closed.
That's true.
So what are you doing on guard duty in front of this warehouse?
Who's asking the questions here, the cop or the tourist?
Tourist for the moment.
What more can you say about the death of the Hawkins family?
Nothing.
Not much more than what everyone knows. I wasn't on the case. They were all burnt to death, right? Up at their place.
The whole mansion went up in flames.
Don't get it into your head to go wandering around up there. It's dangerous.
What do you mean by that?
The only one
Not
left
safe?
there is old Silas, and the accident has affected him badly. He can be unpredictable, especially if a stranger starts poking around the property.
Is he a danger to the public?
No, he's in his own home. Do yourself a favor. Leave him well alone.
Let's go talk to the thugs.
Come on, you could tell me. Who's this guy?
No idea. You better keep it shut. What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to the two soaks. Go die of thirst, the lot of you. It'll stink less.
I've got to enter the Hawkins warehouse.
God.
I guess it's going to be complicated.
No, it's very simple, in fact. Fuck off.
I don't give a damn about your racket. I just want to get into this warehouse.
And we don't give a damn about you. Whatever your reason for wanting inside, there's nothing we can do for you.
I bid you, gentlemen, farewell.
Look at the statue.
Damnation. I broke it.
That worked. That's what they do to it. See. Oh, they literally defaced it in the face. Oh. On some graffiti, it looks like. Read. Yep.
It's no use. The padlock won't give.
Shoot it open.
What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to the two soaks. Go die of thirst, the lot of you. It'll stink less.
Have eloquence. See?
Cat. She's your boss.
What? You listen through keyholes?
She's the boss, yeah. She says who goes in or not.
Shut up, you dummy. You wanted to know that you also talk too much.
She must be quite intimidating if she can make two men like you tremble.
She redid the smile at the last one who wanted to get in.
I hope he had a good dentist.
No, you don't understand. She really cut him a new smile.
But he only smiles with the left cheek.
She sounds frightening, your boss.
And she doesn't like to be talked about behind her back.
So, who are you?
Are you stupid or are you doing it on purpose?
Everybody knows us on Darkwater.
I've just arrived.
Let's just say we're standing guard for the owner of the site. And we let no one enter her property.
What are you guarding, exactly?
Listen, bonehead, we already told you that we're guarding our boss's turf.
What happened to the statue of St. Brendan? Dreadful.
What makes you think we did it?
We're bootleggers, not savages.
Who do you think defaced the statue?
What do I know? They could have done it by themselves.
Statue?
The sailors.
Who else, in your opinion? And who's interested?
Yeah, this will be totally believable now.
I've got to get inside. It's your boss who sent me.
Oh, yeah? And why didn't she say anything to us?
She sent me to see who's filching her stock.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You got no proof to back up your claims, and I'd advise you against snitching.
If I can't get rid of those two, I'll have to look for another way.
Okay.
What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to the two soaks. Go die of thirst, the lot of you. It'll stink less.
I bid you gentlemen farewell. If I can't get rid of those two, I'll have to look for another way.
Talk to him. Something about Silas? Yeah. Oops.
They can't understand.
Damn stupid idiots.
Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
There. That.
We're no longer at home on our own island.
Calm down. It's not worth the effort.
I told him, that flunky, that he'll see what a real sailor has in his belly.
If you continue like that, everyone will see what you've got in your belly.
I hope so. I hope they don't forget the lesson. Me? I'm not scared of some girl.
I mean they're going to cut you open, you idiot.
Oh.
Calm down.
Okay. Fine, parking job.
You saw what happened with those sailors. Don't hang around here unless you want trouble with the bootleggers.
Legging?
I've seen the kind of messages their boss sends. You're not scared of her.
Of course I am. Everyone's scared of that woman. She's not interested in small fry like me. You, on the other hand, nose around too much, you'll have dealings with her.
This warehouse looks abandoned. Why does it interest them so much?
No doubt a question of territory, but I ain't asking. You want to know more, go ask the captain.
Good. Thank you. I shall take my leave.
Okay. Not a talker.
You're back again.
Uh-huh.
What can I do for you?
Have anything new, do I?
Apparently the bootleggers don't want anyone hanging around the warehouses.
They're part of the private property I mentioned earlier.
And yet the place looks abandoned. Why guard the entrance?
As a precaution, I suppose. All the warehouses are more or less interconnected by old sewers.
You mean that there's a way to go from one to the other by tunnel?
I couldn't tell you if it's still the case today for all the warehouses on the island, but I think I can imagine what you've got in mind. You can always visit them if you're not the claustrophobic type.
No choice. All right.
You're back again.
Yep.
What can I do for you?
You already had these. Oh, something.
I'm just back from the wharves. The dead killer whale is unsettling the sailors.
Ah, yes. Us men of the sea are superstitious folk.
Killer whales don't have many known predators.
That's true. And normally, they're not found around here. But, you're gonna take me for a fool.
Give it a try.
Have you heard about the depths? Trenches that plunge into the earth and that shelter creatures unlike any other.
You're talking about mythology.
Ha! Indeed, you're right.
The police took the decision to put the killer whale back into the sea.
You've got to understand them. They didn't know what to do with it.
I think that was a mistake. Who says that whatever caused those wounds is no longer in these waters?
You think we should have kept it?
To look into the real cause of its death, at least.
Okay.
I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
Where's this tunnel? Way to access it outside the warehouse.
Cops, they can't understand.
Oh.
Damn stupid idiots.
You yet? And anyway. Mind.
You again? I told you to beat it.
No need to get worked up.
Okay, beating it.
Something real bad. Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
My notes here. Wireless, huh? Nope. And that's it. It's here. Not going that way.
Prohibition is just a joke around here. That suits me fine.
Hey, over. I'm in there.
That's no way to treat an omen.
Oh, yeah? He's gonna get us into trouble.
Yeah, been here. You over here, right? Yeah. Right. Yeah.
It's no use. The padlock won't give.
Well, locked, okay. Anything here, huh? Anything here?
You're crazy.
They're cops. They can't understand.
Damn stupid idiots.
You didn't tell me that the warehouse I was looking for was right in front of us.
Because its owner is dead. And I don't want to see you hanging around it. Now please, leave us to our work.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming. Something real bad.
What could have done so much damage?
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
Cops, they can't understand.
Honey.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming. Something real bad.
Nasty. Talk to you here, huh? Probably not.
What? Another break? I told you to beat it.
Oh, I'll get out of her.
You have no right to treat us like this.
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
You said it.
In a dead fall town, drinking all strong beer.
The girl, doctor. Cold. She won't stop asking.
Oh. Well, the part that's accessible, right? Missing something. It's just there to block. Oh, this. Oh, okay, something here.
This tunnel goes under the warehouses.
I don't like the sound of that. climb you. Oh, I got it.
I could use this old winch to lift the grating, but it's been completely taken to bits. There must be some spare parts amid all this clutter.
Ah. Eh? Huh? Ah.
A whale vertebra. If the newspaper clipping in the bar is true, this bone is a real fossil.
Okay.
A ratchet device. Exactly what I need.
Huh.
This handle will be perfect for the winch.
The handle. In here. Maybe. All right. Think something or. I'm missing something evidently. Did I do it backward? Hang on. Oh, I can't. No, I can't do anything with it. All right. Something it looks like. Hey. Thing. Oh hell, let's see. Sure. Yep. Fine, thank you. Yeah, that away. That away. Thank you. Thank here, maybe? No. Up there is there. Ah.
It should be possible to mount this cogwheel on the winch.
That thing, then.
Looks like everything is in its place. All I have to do is turn this handle.
The friendly-looking green glow. That sounds bad. Oops. My choices yet? Probably will. Not exploding. It doesn't go up. Bad.
Smoke. It's coming from this oil. I hope it's not toxic.
And the choking's a hopeful sign. I got that.
Smoke. It's coming from this oil.
Pop that
I
up
hope
somehow,
it's not
or...
toxic.
Down here, poison stuff. Point at this room then. Then grab any of that. Oh, saw that. Keeps the water yet? Not liking that. Oh, Jesus. I died. I died. Oh, I'm fine. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. My imagination. Alright, what's that?
This is primitive.
Hey. Hopeful, I guess. Somewhere. Where am I?
Ugh, this place stinks. What is the connection between this place and the Sarah Hawkins case?
Don't know. Spend some on that. Oh, okay, I can't spend any points on it. Okay. So, matter. Okay. That doesn't matter. Oops. Oh, okay. What is that? Huh? What that means? Okay. Broken something.
What happened here?
Oh, body.
Is this one of Sarah Hawkins' paintings?
Leave it when I'm ready. Not ready yet. Don't. Ah. Annoying that is. Alright.
It smells as bad as it looks.
It looks delicious. Let's see.
Who has enough money to buy painkillers, but stays in a place like this?
Hat? That may. Ugh. I mean, I forgot to see it that, so maybe. Hey. Huh. And that. Here. Is there a murder here, I guess? Ugh. Okay. There. Oh, the Hawkins. Oh, here we go. Officially unused since the Hawkins warehouse. Officially unused since Charles Hawkins' death. This warehouse recently housed a clandestine resident. Signs of life attest to the fact. Presence of blood-stained bandages must also be noted, probably removed from a wound, as well as pills, painkillers, and sleeping pills. Moreover, the occupant seemed to be observed with Sarah Hawkins, as attested by the presence of several documents connected to the artist's life, photograph, press cutting. But it is the discovery of a partly charred painting, recognized by Officer Bradley as having come from the Hawkins mansion, that allows all doubts to be lifted as to the link between the contents of this building and the Hawkins case. Okay. Okay, current objective. Okay. So leave, maybe? Ah, the door.
Someone has settled in here.
Oh dear.
And whoever it is has something to tell me about the Hawkins case. Is there anyone in there?
Nope, nobody here.
Don't move!
I'm not here.
Detective Pierce, I told you to stay away from this warehouse.
Yeah, threaten to...
Wound up? You mean messed up?
No.
Are you insulting
We
him?
don't take no lessons from the likes of you. We do our job carefully and fairly. No stone was left unturned.
Really? Can you explain what this painting is doing here?
This strange portrait. Wait, I know it.
It was in the Hawkins mansion when we came to investigate the fire.
So you confirm that it was removed from the crime scene? Interesting. I'd like to go and see the mansion now.
Of course. You want to go back along his trail? I'd like to understand how this painting made it to here. Come on. My car's parked down the way.
He's actually going to help. Oh.
Andrews, would you please shut the door? And open your eyes, damn it. This guy went right under your nose. God damn it. Her again. This case has nothing to do with you, Baker. Clear the passage or I'll shut you up for obstruction.
Officer Bradley, you've finally grown a pair. Too bad you're too fat to see them down there.
Why you?
Come on, keep the smile. You don't want to force me to widen it.
Okay, I get it. Can we go to the mansion now?
Who the hell are you? What were you doing on my turf? I've got my eye on you. We'll meet again.
Know where, don't know when.
Is it far, this mansion?
Look behind you, at the top of the ridge. You see the building? That's the Hawkins mansion. Come on, we got some driving to do.
Nat.
Well, here we are. Hawkins' men.
Nice place.
The place has been abandoned since the fire. There's only old Winchester in his hut.
I prefer to be prepared if there's going to be trouble.
It's a wise attitude. But apart from old Silas and some rotten floorboards, there's nothing to worry about.
You're talking about Winchester?
That's right. The Hawkins' old caretaker. Strictly speaking, he ain't dangerous. But since the tragedy, he's been a little touched. Though, he's a remarkably sturdy man, given his age. A true force of nature.
A sad old man doesn't worry me.
Gee, if you don't want to listen to my advice, we might as well go. Right?
I see no scorched trees or fire damage on the building.
You're pretty damn observant, ain't you? The fire was quickly contained. Old Silas acted as soon as he could.
Not soon enough to save the Hawkins.
They were trapped in the drawing room. And don't go troubling Silas anymore. His guilt torments him enough as it is. Are we gonna take a closer look at this mansion, or do you have other questions?
Oh, I thought we'd chat for a while.
You're the one who looked after the Hawkins case.
Don't think I was trying to hide it. It's just that this discovery shakes my convictions.
That's why you're so keen to find out who removed the painting from the mansion.
Yes. If something escaped us, or if there's been a law enforcement error, then it's up to the police to make good its mistake. Anything else?
You won't get me to believe that it looked any better 3 months ago.
It's a very old building, you know? Its foundations would probably date from the arrival of the first settlers.
Huh. It's really that old.
Come on, let's leave the stories of the dead alone. They've nothing to do with your case anyhow. Let's go up there. Unless you still have questions.
Your partner, Andrews, warned me against him.
You managed to get something out of that bum? I'll end up asking you for advice.
He talks too much. He inferred that old Silas was slightly unhinged.
That's not far off the mark, I suppose. But kinda unfair at the same time. You know, Silas Winchester has been working for the Hawkins family as far back as I can remember. Charles was like a son to him. The day of the fire, he lost his whole family. So he's got nowhere to go. And, as you'll see, in a way, he's still watching over them. Is there anything else you want to ask me? Or do you want to go up there?
Night falls quickly here, and I want to be able to see when we arrive.
I'll go with you, if only to reassure Silas.
Why not? You can help.
Right. Let's go.
What are they for?
Bradley was right. This place is much older than I imagined, but the architecture seems too recent. Poor kid. Someone must really hate Charles Hawkins.
I told you. Silas Winchester is still watching over the Hawkins family.
I must say, it's pretty gloomy.
So, Detective, does this place inspire any thoughts?
Do you know if Charles Hawkins had any enemies?
Not to our knowledge. He was a well-respected personality on the island. I don't understand. Silas would never have let such a thing happen.
Why were they buried here?
I was given to believe that it was Charles Hawkins' wish.
Strange idea. I imagine Webster wasn't too pleased.
Mrs. Hawkins' father? It's said that he's devastated.
Let's go to the mansion.
Please give me a minute. I didn't expect to set foot back here after the burial. What kind of deranged individual would defile this sanctuary and steal a burnt painting? I don't see Silas doing such a thing, let alone allowing it. Even that broad baker is above that. Lord, have pity on this poor family.
Someone must really hate Charles Hawkins. The flowers on Sarah Hawkins' grave are fresh. The caretaker takes great care of these graves. The caretaker takes great care of these graves. Someone must really hate Charles. Poor kid.
Anywhere?
I'll have to find another entrance. This entrance is still in use.
Whoa! Whoa!
It's not dangerous.
You were trying to force the door, you nosy prick!
Easy, sir, all right? Put down the axe.
You know what we do with rubble like you? We gut them. Dump them into the ocean.
You're Mr. Winchester. Lower that axe, and let's talk calmly.
I'll show you how we have it out on Darkwater.
Oh.
Sarah Hawkins' father sent me here to investigate the death of his daughter.
Webster, huh? I understand how he feels. But me? I want the dead to rest in peace. And that means kicking the ass of gumshoes like you.
Why would you not want me to help understand what happened here?
I've got nothing to hide. Tell me what you're doing here. And no baloney.
The police report describes a domestic accident. But Stephen Webster has several reasons to believe that this may not be the case.
Webster is as stubborn as an old mule. And I did tell him that we should let the dead rest in peace.
He wants to restore the reputation of his daughter. I just need to see where the fire started.
The mansion isn't safe. You would break your neck as sure as you're trying my patience right now.
That's why you barricaded the entrance.
That's right.
And this door?
It's locked, and I make sure it stays that way.
No one lives in the mansion, and you don't take care of it anymore. If you have a good reason to be here, I'm listening.
There's vermin. I keep an eye out.
Vermin?
Yeah, that's it, vermin.
Right. This is what we're going to do. I go inside, and I promise that I'll hunt vermin. Okay with you?
I'm not sure.
If there's nothing else to fear, you can give me that key.
Right. Take the key and do what you have to do. Go on, then. Just to get rid of you.
Let's see what more I can learn from this mansion.
Now he comes up.
Stop bothering me.
Pierce, shall we enter?
Yep.
Now that you've finished your fun and games with Silas, we can perhaps inspect the mansion.
You're right. Let's go.
Hi, crazy old... Oh, you're coming with us, aren't you?
Stop bothering me.
Bothering you? Ugh, really?
Let's take a look inside.
I'm with you.
Be right back. Quick break. 2. Okay, and actually I'm going to have to wrap this up here, so till another time, next time. Good night.